You won't believe what the police found when they entered the house of Blanche Monnier, a French woman who was locked up by her own mother for 25 years in a dark and filthy room. How did the police find out about Blanche's imprisonment? How did Madame Monnier react when they came to her house? How did Blanche look like after 25 years of isolation and abuse? When Blanche Monnier was born in 1849 in Poitiers, France, she belonged to a wealthy and respected family that had connections to the aristocracy. She was described as a beautiful and intelligent young woman who enjoyed reading and writing. She had a bright future ahead of her until she fell in love with the wrong man. When Blanche was 25 years old, she met a lawyer who was not from her social class. They fell in love and planned to get married, but Blanche's mother, Madame Louise Monnier, strongly opposed their relationship. She thought that the lawyer was beneath her daughter's status and that he only wanted her money. She forbade Blanche from seeing him and tried to arrange a marriage with someone else. Blanche refused to give up on her lover and decided to elope with him. However, before she could do that, her mother found out about her plan and took drastic measures to stop her. She locked Blanche in a small room in the attic of their home and told everyone that she had gone abroad. She also bribed her son, Marcel Monnier, to keep quiet about his sister's fate. For the next 25 years, Blanche was kept in complete isolation and misery. She was given little food and water, no light or ventilation, no hygiene or medical care, no books or entertainment, and no contact with the outside world. She was surrounded by rats, cockroaches, spiders, and maggots that fed on the rotten food and waste that piled up in the room. She was beaten and abused by her mother and brother, who visited her occasionally to mock her. And Blanche's lover had indeed died shortly after she was imprisoned, but she never knew that. She clung to the hope that he would come back for her someday and rescue her from her nightmare. She wrote letters to him on scraps of paper that she hid under the mattress. She also wrote poems and prayers that expressed her despair and longing. Blanche's ordeal finally came to an end in 1901, when the police received an anonymous letter that revealed her captivity. The letter said, "I have the honor to inform you of an exceptionally serious occurrence. I speak of a spinster who is locked up in Madame Monnier's house, half-starved and living on a putrid litter for the past 25 years. In a word, in her own filth." The police decided to go to the house and investigate the accusations, even though they believed that Blanche Monnier was dead. Madame Louise Monnier was a well-respected citizen in Paris who came from an aristocratic family and was lauded for her generous community contributions. But the police knew it was their duty to take the note seriously. When the police arrived at the house, Madame Monnier tried to prevent them from entering, claiming that she had nothing to hide and that her daughter was abroad. She also said that she was too old and sick to be disturbed by such an intrusion. However, the police insisted on seeing her daughter and demanded to search the house. Madame Monnier reluctantly directed them upstairs to Blanche's locked room, where they found her in a horrifying condition. She weighed only 55 pounds and looked like a skeleton covered with skin. Her hair was matted and tangled. Her nails were long and dirty. Her teeth were rotten and broken, and her eyes were sunken and dull. She was barely alive and could not speak or stand. One of the police officers who saw her for the first time described her as follows. The unfortunate woman was lying completely naked on a rotten straw mattress. All around her was formed a sort of crust made from excrement, fragments of meat, vegetables, fish, and rotten bread. We also saw oyster, shells, and bugs running across Mademoiselle Monnier's bed. The air was so unbreathable, the odor given off by the room was so rank that it was impossible for us to stay any longer to proceed with our investigation. The police arrested Madame Monnier and Marcel Monnier and took Blanche to a hospital. The news of the case shocked the public and the media, who dubbed Blanche the sequestered of Poitiers. Many people came to see her at the hospital, some out of curiosity, some out of sympathy. Madame Monnier died 15 days after being arrested from a heart attack. She never showed any remorse or explained why she did what she did. Marcel Monnier was tried for his role in the crime and sentenced to 15 months in prison. He claimed that he was afraid of his mother and that he tried to help his sister by giving her food and books. Blanche Monnier never recovered from her trauma and spent the rest of her life in a psychiatric hospital. She died in 1913 at the age of 64. She was buried in an unmarked grave next to her lover. This is the tragic story of Blanche Monnier, a woman who suffered unimaginable cruelty at the hands of her own family for 25 years. A woman who never gave up on love, even when it cost her everything. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories. See you next time.